Today we dive into how the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are reshaping global trade and challenging the dominance of the US dollar. What does their bold new payment system mean for countries aiming to move away from the dollar? And what could be the potential economic fallout for the United States as it faces rising tensions and the looming threat of tariffs? As we unpack these developments, you'll gain a clearer picture of how the global economic landscape is shifting and why this story is far from over. But before we get into the details, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Tech Revolution for the latest updates on global trends and innovations. Let's dive in. The BRICS group, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, represent some of the world's fastest growing economies. Recently, these nations announced a groundbreaking payment system that took the United States by surprise. This new initiative signifies a major shift in global trade, as it allows countries to bypass the US dollar, which has long been the dominant currency in international commerce. This change could dramatically alter how nations conduct business with one another. Imagine a world where countries trade directly using their local currencies instead of first converting their money into US dollars. That's the vision behind the BRICS pay system. Even more remarkable is the fact that 159 countries are reportedly on board with this initiative. This represents a significant portion of the global economy. The BRICS pay system is set to launch during the 2024 BRICS Summit, scheduled for October 22nd to 24. The implications of this development are enormous, as it could fundamentally reshape the way international trade operates. Russian officials have confirmed that many nations are ready to adopt the BRICS pay system. This demonstrates a growing eagerness among countries to find alternatives to financial systems that are dominated by the United States. With such widespread interest, it's clear that these nations are determined to take control of their own economic futures. But what exactly is the BRICS pay system? At its core, it's a blockchain-based platform designed to facilitate trade using local currencies. For example, Brazil could trade with Russia directly, without the need to convert their respective currencies into US dollars first. For countries like Russia, which have faced severe economic sanctions, this is a game changer. It simplifies trade and has the potential to save businesses significant amounts of money in transaction fees and currency exchange costs. The official launch of the BRICS pay system during the 2024 summit is generating a lot of excitement. Nations such as Venezuela, Malaysia, and Turkey are already in discussions to join this innovative platform. However, the system is not just about facilitating transactions, it's about fostering stronger relationships and creating a more interconnected global economy. The buzz surrounding this summit underscores how many nations view this as an opportunity to redefine their economic paths. Turkey's interest in joining BRICS is particularly noteworthy. As a NATO member, Turkey's move to align itself with BRICS could have far-reaching implications for global politics. This development suggests that Turkey is looking to strengthen ties with non-Western allies, potentially altering its relationships with NATO and the United States. It's a clear sign that countries are seeking alternatives to traditional power structures, which could have profound implications for global alliances. While BRICS is making bold moves to reshape the global economic order, the United States is grappling with significant challenges. Recent indicators suggest that the US may be on the brink of a recession, raising concerns about the future of its once mighty economy. Several key economic metrics are signaling trouble. For instance, the ISM Manufacturing Index, which tracks production levels, has been declining steadily. This isn't just a minor dip, it points to a potential slowdown in manufacturing. Additionally, labor reports indicate a decrease in job openings and a possible uptick in unemployment rates. These trends are causing anxiety among families and businesses, as the future of the US economy feels increasingly uncertain. In contrast, many BRICS nations are showing signs of economic resilience. India, for example, has enjoyed robust economic growth, with GDP growth rates ranging between 6% and 7% in recent years. Similarly, China continues to be a dominant force in global trade and investment. These trends highlight how BRICS countries are positioning themselves as attractive alternatives for trade and investment, especially as the US faces mounting economic pressures. If the United States does slip into a recession, the ripple effects could be felt worldwide. However, this scenario could also create opportunities for developing nations, particularly those aligned with BRICS, to strengthen their economic ties. As the US dollar's dominance begins to wane, BRICS nations could step forward as leaders. In a new, multipolar global economy, this shift would signify a move toward shared global power rather than a system dominated by a single nation. Adding to the uncertainty, former President Donald Trump recently issued a stark warning about potential tariffs. During a campaign rally, Trump suggested that countries moving away from the US dollar for trade could face a 100% tariff. This aggressive stance underscores the growing tensions between the United States and BRICS nations. Trump's statement is not just political posturing, it's a clear indication that the US is prepared to take drastic measures to maintain its economic hegemony. By threatening such steep tariffs, Trump is effectively urging countries to reconsider their decisions, to abandon the US dollar. However, this approach could trigger a tit-for-tat scenario where nations retaliate against US tariffs with their own economic measures. This could further complicate an already fraught global trade environment, making it more fragmented and challenging for countries to navigate. The potential impact of these tariffs on everyday Americans cannot be overstated. If the US were to impose 100% tariffs, the cost of goods and services could skyrocket. Everyday items, from electronics to clothing, would become significantly more expensive. This surge in prices could lead to widespread inflation, putting a financial strain on consumers. Such a move could backfire, as it would likely exacerbate economic challenges within the United States. Meanwhile, BRICS nations are unlikely to take these developments lying down. They could accelerate efforts to develop alternative financial systems or deepen trade relationships with countries outside the US's sphere of influence. This could result in a more fragmented global trade system, where nations must navigate complex and shifting alliances. The long-term effects of such a scenario could reshape global trade and economic relations for years to come. As history has shown, trade wars often have enduring consequences. This situation is no different. As nations reevaluate their economic ties with the United States, we may witness significant shifts in alliances and partnerships. These changes could redefine the global economic landscape in ways that are difficult to predict. In conclusion, the world is undergoing a period of profound transformation. The rise of BRICS, coupled with the challenges facing the United States, signals a shift in the global economic order. The next few years will be critical in determining how these dynamics play out. As the BRICS pay system gains momentum and nations explore new economic alliances, the future of global trade remains uncertain. What do you think about the BRICS pay system? Could it truly revolutionize international trade, or will the US dollar continue to reign supreme? Share your thoughts in the comments below.